Hey there, today we are loading Windows 11 on my Apple MacBook Pro M1. Hey there, it's Tom with Tom's Tech Show, and today, we're putting Windows 11 on this thing in parallels, so I got a couple of Windows programs that I like to use, and you got to download some special versions. Picked this up. I had my other laptop go completely freaky, so my regular day job, I needed a computer because I was traveling and stuff, so I haven't made any videos in a while. I had to go off to California, drive halfway across the country, and then fly back here to Florida. But I picked this up. It's got, on this side, all it has is the little tiny, headphone jack, and on this side, it's just got two USB-C connections. I think that's probably my biggest complaint is like there's just not, what if I want to plug a bunch of stuff in, then you got to get, breakout things and other stuff. It's clean, right? It's nice and clean, but still plug it in here. So, I did get, the big adapter that has a regular, a video out USB-C and or USB-A regular and another USB-C. Got one of those in order to connect it to a monitor and do some other things like that. But I still wish kind of sometimes there were more. If you're really doing something big, maybe you need all those ports and stuff. So I guess eventually I may have to buy a big port dock. They have those big things that have a bunch of dock that has a big, a bunch of ports, card reader, and a bunch of stuff like that. So I guess another way for Apple to sell product and other people to sell product for Apple things. So anyway, but today, let's come over here. We're installing Windows 11, and it's pretty straightforward, but just to kind of go over, you have to download the Parallels desktop. You need a license for that. You can do a free trial if you want. And there's also a version that's specially made to run on the M1 chip, which it does. It runs quite well. I haven't had too much problem. This thing is very, very fast. So then we need to download this special ARM version of Windows 11. So I'll have links to this stuff in the comments and in the description of this video. So you got to go to Microsoft Windows Insider Preview ARM 64. So it's a 64-bit on ARM version right here. So we download that, which I've already done, and then we go into Parallels, and they make it pretty easy when you click in here to start something new. I'm going to just install Windows Other OS, so I just click Continue. This downloads the file, and I put it here on my go to computer. Go to hard drive, users, myself, Parallels. Oops, it's in downloads. So it's a very large file here. Windows 11 Insider Preview on ARM. We're going to take that and move it. I don't like it being in the in that folder. So let's go New Finder window. I really despise the Apple Finder. I really don't find it enjoyable at all. At some point, I may decide to find another one in the App Store, but it's really not good. Just trying to get to there. Why can't I just explore over on the side and be able to open things up? I'm used to the Windows kind of world, that Windows Explorer, which has made a lot of improvements in the past. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to install from VHD, and I've downloaded that VHD. So I didn't want to double click. Okay, we'll click next. Okay, now it's going to search, and it found the Windows 11 Insider Preview. So that's good. That's what I want to do. I want to click next. What am I going to use it for? I'm going to use it for we're going to do productivity. It doesn't really matter to me. So it comes up and says Windows 10 because it doesn't quite understand Windows 11 yet. So we're going to do that. I don't want an alias on the desktop. And I'm just going to create. Okay, this is going to take a little bit. So we'll let that go. I mean, back here, I have another Mac back here. This is another one. I actually sent this one back to AppleCare. This was one of the ones that had the horrible keyboard, and it was still under AppleCare protection. So sent it back to them. They replaced not only the keyboard, but this front deck had some marring in it, and so the whole top of this thing got replaced. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, so yay for AppleCare. If you're going to have one of these really expensive machines, you might want to keep the AppleCare going, especially if you're kind of hard on them. I mean, you don't want to have to rebuy or try and pay for the repair of something. That would just be, that gets to be too much. Okay, so now we're over here. It's doing its own little installation, getting ready to bring Windows 11 up. So that doesn't take very long at all. Took a long time to download the 10 gigabyte hard drive image. That took quite a while. Even with my 500 up and down connection I have here in rural Florida, which I got told we were rural because we went to the doctor and they asked us, said, "Are you city, urban, suburban, rural? What are you?" I'm like, "I have no idea. What are we? I don't know." They said, "Do you have a well?" And I said, "Yeah, we have a well." And they said, "You're rural." I'm like, "Okay, thanks. That's the guide for me. I didn't know that, if you have a well, that means you're rural." Who'd have thought? I mean, we have a pond in the back and, an acre of land, but maybe I think those would also be guidelines, that you're rural. So here we go. We're getting ready to run Windows 11. And we are almost there. Hi. And then Windows has to do its first initial setup and everything, getting things ready and doing all of that. So this is a pretty simple, straightforward process, right? So you do have to have the ARM version of all this stuff. I've yet to find something that doesn't run on the Mac on ARM, at least of the tools that I use. So I have the Brave browser. I have my note-taking stuff, Office, which has been optimized for the M1, different things like that. I mean, even I think OBS is optimized for it now. So that's kind of nice to be able to do that. So my other program that I use, Synergy, which lets me move my mouse from one screen all the way across to the other screens. So that also was updated and I was able to apply that and that works. So yeah, and the fact that it's fast, I mean, it's quite fast. So this one is actually 13-inch M1 2020, has 16 gigs of memory and 1 terabyte SSD. So, works quite well, I would say. Installation complete. Yay. Okay. So now we have Windows and we need to do, there's a bunch of updates and everything, of course, because it's Windows, and Windows 11 really isn't quite complete, even though they say it's released. But that's it. So that's pretty quick. Just download that VHDX file and be able to have Parallels, see it, load it, and then you have Windows. And then you can actually run it and jump it into the coherence mode, which also works. So that puts the Windows menu here so you can, pull out all your programs and File Explorer, whatever you're going to do, and then run them in Mac. And they're all curved like the regular Windows 11 stuff. So that's kind of nice, I guess, if you want all the curves in your apps. So I still think this whole start menu thing is a huge failure, because if I remove all these icons from here, like I don't need line, install line. I don't need tips. I don't need Lightroom because I'm going to run Lightroom. Oh, I don't need your photo editor because I'll run that directly on the Mac. Things like that. I don't need a link to Wikipedia. I don't need WhatsApp, all these things. But now that I've removed all that, and this thing leaves this whole blank line under here of apps. I mean, the start menu before was highly customizable. You could move apps around. You could do different things. You could shrink it and grow it, whatever, all kinds of different things. And just, not good. And this white space over here on the side is just a huge and how you're supposed to notice this teeny tiny tick way out here on the edge that lets you pull the Parallels shared applications things down. I mean, just so. Oh, now this PC doesn't currently meet the requirements of TPM 2.0. Really? I just installed it. So why would it? That's the other Mac rebooting I see. So why would it think that? I'm already running it. So it's trying to apply a patch that it doesn't think I have. So let's shut down. So now that that's there, right? So we have Windows 11 there and now shut down. So we'll open Parallels and we're going to go to the view. We need the other part. Control Center. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I'm going to click that. And we're going to go and look at this. So we're going to go Options and we're going to go Hardware. Okay, so here, for whatever reason, it didn't put in the TPM module. So we're going to go plus TPM chip. Okay. Are you sure you want to add the TPM? Yes, I want to add the TPM chip to the thing. So that's what it was complaining about. So now we've added that. Okay, so we can close that and now we will start it. So we're starting it up. So I don't know why Microsoft didn't decide to put that in there, but possibly it wouldn't do it during an initial configuration. So I think we're in coherence mode, which I'm going to exit out of. View, exit coherence, because we want to go to Windows Update, because that's where it was doing that. So settings, go to Windows Update. So now we have Windows. Oh, this is a Windows Insider preview because I'm on the preview edition in my account. But that's local account, so it should be, we're installing that, pending download. So I don't know why it said fix issues. Checking your PC, almost ready. We'll do a few more things, let you know when you can do next. Windows will automatically close in 2 minutes. Okay, fine. So that's it now downloading this next Insider preview. So because you have to be on the Insider preview to download this. So it looks like the configuration when it first came up by default didn't have the TPM chip. And now they're getting, a little more hard-assed, I guess, about having that TPM chip in there, even though there are some bypasses that are out there. So that's going to download and update it for the next version, the next release of it. So anyway, that's Windows 11 here. I still don't like a lot of things about it. I'm fine with Windows 10. This is kind of dumb. Hopefully at some point they'll fix this window and make it so you can maybe grow it sideways or shrink it down or move the recommended thing up or hide all the recommended items if you want. Or just, I'm okay with just, having the start menu be there, and then I'll just pin the items that I want. I don't need that. This build doesn't have too many junky pieces in it. It had solitaire, so that's not too bad. Let's go and check what this is, what release this is. Properties, things have moved everywhere. This is ARM based, but it doesn't say whether it's Windows 11 Pro Insider preview. Okay, so that's why it doesn't, hopefully why it doesn't have a lot of things. I don't think we're going to have a lot other success with the regular editions. I think there's going to be a lot of junk in it. I'm going to do a comparison of installations of the Pro version and the consumer version. We'll see what the differences are in those start menus. Okay. So there we go. That's Windows, and you can go. We'll switch back to coherence mode. So that's Windows running on an M1, and it was pretty quick and easy in order to get it up and running. And that M1 is just fast. It's just super fast for running, Windows on top of a Mac. All right. Well, there we go. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions about how I did this or what I did, just leave comments down below, and enjoy Windows on your Mac. Mac, obviously the best computer to run Windows, as always. There you go. All right. Thanks for watching.